Classic Las Vegas. Who dreams of the heyday of this great town when the carpet joints were new and the biggest names in show business were on the marquees? Wouldn't we just love to revisit those golden, or should I say neon eras?
Today, we're going to show you 10 ways you can still find and experience classic Las Vegas all over town.
So get ready, because this adventure starts right now.
Let's jump right in with number 1, getting serious about collecting casino history. A couple of weeks ago, we attended the world's largest casino and chip exhibition, and it was an eye-opening experience.
Well, hi everybody. We are on location at the South Point, which is like 5 minutes from where we live, at the invitation of Rene. Rene is the host of the Side Bet podcast, which has taken off like crazy lately. Tell us about Side Bet.
Hey, look, it's a podcast that I created to preserve gambling and Las Vegas history. It has brought in collectors, entertainers, Hall of Famers, all to the show, all to just preserve history, show the love of Las Vegas that we all have. And wow, how much fun it's been. I can't tell you how much fun it's been getting to meet everybody. Chris, wow.
We are at a Casino Collectibles Show, the largest one in the country, right? And
Right.
Rene invited Dale and myself to come over. We're going to go into the show in a moment with him and his wife, Liz. They are from Texas. They don't live here, but they have a great passion for Las Vegas. Where'd your passion come from?
So it started watching boxing.
What?
Right.
Like
So,
Caesar's boxing?
watching boxing, so much of it happened here in Vegas.
Yeah, it
that
did.
my family and I would watch it. The next thing you know, I watched the movie Ocean's 11 and connected all of it.
Yeah.
Made my trips to casinos, and a poor man's souvenir, got a dollar chip from every casino I went to. And the next thing you know, we went from one chip to another, and now I'm a collector, a podcaster, and wow, the biggest show in the world.
This is actually where we first got a hold of you, was on Instagram, where he posts his collections on his Instagram account, and then the podcast grew out of that ultimately.
Right.
So we are really excited that Rene has invited us to be his guests at the show. We're going to go in and show you the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
inviting us and
Anytime.
for talking to us.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming. It's a pleasure to meet y'all both. Thank you so much.
As we are entering the show, we learned that Rene would be giving a seminar the next morning on preserving gaming history. All right, wow, this is a big deal. More than 50 dealers in here, and it's packed. This exhibition is an annual event hosted by the Casino Collectibles Association. CCA, a 501c3 organization whose mission is simply to preserve gaming history. Members are enthusiasts and often experts on gaming history and memorabilia. Plus, the organization holds a large archive of gaming manufacturer records so items can be properly authenticated. Their convention has been held here in Las Vegas since 1993. The Museum of Gaming History is a CCA project with separate membership. You may have seen their display cases in some of the resorts. This one is at the Plaza downtown.
What are you buying, Dale?
Oh, I just bought, she covered it up. I bought a Tropicana ashtray. An old
Very old,
Yeah,
vintage
very old. Thank you
Tropicana
very much.
ashtray.
Yeah, it's just really nice. It's going to go great with my collection. But of course, you can't see it right now. I'll show it to you later.
This show was a lot of fun, and we even ended up joining the local Southern Nevada Club. Big kudos to the Casino Collectibles Association and our new friend Rene for keeping the history alive. Staying with that theme, why not pay a visit to the biggest, oldest, most famous gambling superstore in the world right here on Main Street? The Gambler's General Store, established in 1984, has over 15,000 gambling products, vintage and new. From slots to tables, ashtrays and playing cards, and more than 3,000 books on the subject of gaming. Plus, they also make custom chips. Number 2, the shows. Go see Mr. Las Vegas while you still can. He's currently in his own theater at the Flamingo, and coincidentally, where he landed his first headliner gig back in 1963. And while you're at it, grab a souvenir.
What you buying, Dale?
Oh, I'm buying a picture of Wayne Newton.
Of course we have to have a picture of Wayne Newton.
There.
Show me what you bought. It's awesome.
Nothing but the best, right?
Right.
Wayne Newton up close and personal. It's just that. In an intimate setting, the highest grossing entertainer in Las Vegas history shares career highlights, tells stories, and of course performs his hit songs. It's a terrific evening, spending time with this 82-year-old legend who started here when he was just 15 years old. And then, go see an adult review. If you never have, what could be more classic Vegas than gorgeous showgirls in gorgeous costumes? Or should I say, lack thereof. Fantasy debuted in Luxor's mezzanine level showroom in 1999. Now, in its 25th year, this powerhouse just keeps earning best of awards and accolades. We went last year, and the audience was permitted to film the closing number. Let me just say that lead singer and hostess Lorena had a great voice and presence, and the dancing was spectacular. Plus, we were also treated to a little meet and greet right after the show. Ready for a drink? Coming in at number 3 is enjoying an adult beverage in a historic spot like this, Atomic Liquors at 10th and Fremont. It's the oldest freestanding bar in Las Vegas and the first business in town to be granted a tavern license, circa 1954. This place is so retro. The name, of course, comes from the 1950s when guests would sit on the roof and watch the blast from up at the Nevada test site. Today, Atomic Liquors has a partnership with the National Atomic Testing Museum. Cool signage from that era adorns the walls. If you're on the Strip and not downtown, not to worry, stop into the Pepper Mill instead. This Vegas icon opened in 1972 and just this year was named one of America's classics by the James Beard Foundation. Although the Pepper Mill serves great food, it's the Fireside Lounge that's world famous with its retro 1970s look. The velvet upholstery, the neon lighting, and that one-of-a-kind fireplace set in a pool of water. This room has appeared on film a lot, and rightfully so. Plus, the servers always have and still do wear formal evening gowns. And the drinks and appetizers in here are a must. Do yourself a favor and come visit the Pepper Mill. Number 4, weddings. Las Vegas is the undisputed wedding capital of the world, and today local weddings are a $2.5 billion industry. Not too long ago, Paula and I had the pleasure of visiting the Little Vegas Chapel for a vow renewal. It opened in 2013, a proud new addition to the downtown arts district. Prices start at less than $300, but they will take care of every detail of your ceremony, as do most chapels, even to whisking you away in the pink caddy. The officiant this time was a Cher impersonator, and of course, she sang during the service. Meanwhile, down on the strip near the Las Vegas sign is this redwood replica of a tiny pioneer church, the historic Little Church of the West. It is the oldest, built in 1943, and the only building on the strip that is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. We have it on good authority it's a terrific spot to tie the knot or renew your vows after 60 years. Number 5. If you're up for a stroll, head to downtown Las Vegas and explore the historic hotels along Fremont. The Golden Gate was the first permanent hotel structure in town, the Hotel Nevada, in 1906. Near the lobby, you'll find vintage slot machines, and a display case of memorabilia from its earliest days. Step into Binion's, owned by a gambler and dedicated to gambling since 1951. It was at Binion's Gambling Hall that the World Series of Poker grew to the international sensation it is today. And it was here that you could have your picture taken with $1 million when we thought $1 million was a lot of money. Nowadays, I think the million is down at the new Horseshoe on the Strip. Even older than that by 10 years is the venerable El Cortez. It opened at 6th and Fremont in 1941, and the neon curb appeal of this place never wanes, particularly at night. It's in the midst of a $20 million update this year, but if you can, check out the original rooms along these amazing retro hallways. The rooms are restored to mid-century modern decor. Speaking of retro, while you're downtown, drive Fremont, particularly east of the Canopy, and take in all the motels and the neon that still survive and thrive in this tourist town. Better yet, take a walk through Fremont East District and bring your camera. There are lots of photo ops along here. Moving over to the new and trendy Las Vegas Arts District, you'll want to pay your respects to these fine ladies. If the showgirl isn't the quintessential symbol of Las Vegas, I don't know what is. You'll find them on Las Vegas Boulevard just near 3rd Street. And that brings us to number 6, Go Antiquing. Main Street in the Arts District has a whole host of antique shops where you can hunt for memorabilia and souvenirs from the golden age of Las Vegas. You can easily spend the afternoon, it's all walkable, and who knows what treasures you'll find. Number 7. With this town's propensity to knock down history rather than preserve it, it's a little tougher to find vintage nuggets on the Strip. But there are a few, like at the Sahara. Sahara is the second oldest remaining Strip property, opening its doors back in 1952. After a bunch of ownership and name changes and some hard times, it's happily back to its original identity. The current owners have done some beautiful upgrades, like this gorgeous new lobby and adjacent lounge. But they have also done a great job of honoring the legacy of big-name entertainment in Sahara's past. These black and white displays in the lobby area pay homage to the biggest names who graced the stages here and recorded live albums as well. Around East on Paradise, the Westgate is another iconic resort with a storied history. It opened in 1969 as the International, built by Vegas legend Kurt Kerkorian. A couple years later, it became the equally famous Las Vegas Hilton. This property is sometimes called the first mega resort, where all the functions were in one structure. That crystal ceiling is a throwback to the era of evening gowns and tuxedos, and I'm not sorry to say I miss all that. Near the lobby is a statue erected a year after Elvis Presley's death in honor of his unprecedented 7-year run at the International/Hilton. Get this, 636 sold-out performances. Number 8, and wow, it took way too long to get to this one, food. There are some iconic food establishments here full of history. This one, Bob Taylor's Ranch House, opened way back in 1955, the place for great steaks and prime rib. Now here's a fun fact, a scene from Viva Las Vegas was filmed right here. Inside, you'll find Western memorabilia from the most famous Hollywood cowboys and a warm and rustic dining room. This place used to be Bob's house, and it looks like it. A couple years later, in 1958, the frontier establishment called Golden Steer opened its doors. You need to book a reservation months in advance, and we're not kidding, for a booth inside this dark red leather-covered jewel. There are signature booths named in honor of famous people who've dined here, and it was a most popular mob hangout as well.
Well, hello there, Dale. What are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm at the
Yeah.
Golden Steer.
You're where?
This place is amazing. I've lived here so long and I've always wanted to come in this place. I had no idea what it looked like in here.
This, my friends, is fine dining at its most classic, with incredible food, service, and ambiance. The Golden Steer is a must for that classic Vegas experience. If Italian is your vibe, you can't do better than the Bootlegger Bistro on the south end of Las Vegas Boulevard. Maria and Al opened their first restaurant in town in 1949, and ultimately the operation moved to this location in 2001. Not only is the Bootlegger known for celebrities who visited and stepped up to the mic here, they also have lovely live entertainment during dinner. And I'll tell you what, dinner is fabulous.
We'll call this Italian salsa. Great.
Also worth a visit is Piero's, an old-school Italian restaurant over near the convention center. Founded in 1982, it's always been a place where the notables, celebrities, politicians, sports figures get together for dinner out. Vintage vibes, celebrity spotting, and great food. What else do you need? Downtown, we can heartily recommend the Top of Binions, or Top of the Mint, when it opened back in 1965. Beautiful dining room, great views of downtown, and superb food and service.
All right, I'm gonna give it a shot. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm using a smoky sea salt to flavor it. Oh my gosh. That is superb. Absolutely superb. Seriously.
So those steaks were so big and so delicious, we decided to forego dessert. We talked about creme brulee for a minute, but changed our minds. I decided to go for a liquid dessert. I have a Macallan 14 on the rocks. Cheers, everybody. What a fabulous dinner this has been.
Up in the glittering dome of the plaza is another steakhouse we love, Oscar's. Legendary lawyer and mayor Oscar Goodman has put his name on this classy steakhouse, and there's a wall of memorabilia of his decades in the spotlight. Take a minute to check that out. And then go enjoy a great steak dinner in this lovely setting with a killer view of the Fremont Canopy. This place may not be old in years yet, but it's classic Las Vegas to us. And who's old enough to remember when the plaza's pool deck lived right here?
We're just going to keep eating.
I love everything on my plate. It's amazing.
Are you a museum person? If so, number 9 is for you, the excellent Nevada State Museum. This world-class museum sits on the campus of the Las Vegas Springs Preserve and houses an extensive history of Las Vegas. The displays in the 11,000 square foot facility depict everything from pioneer rancher Helen Stewart to the glitz of the modern showgirl. The glory days of the Eldorado Rodeo. The Gangsters. Plus, this place is an incredible resource for historical black and white photos when you're making YouTube videos. The State Museum is well worth your time. Perhaps we've saved the best for last. Coming in at number 10, the must-do on every Las Vegas visitor's list, the welcome sign. It's a 25-foot tall roadside pole design built and installed by Western Neon in 1959. Employee Betty Willis designed it and famously put it in the public domain, a gift to the city. Of course, it's on both the national and state registers, and every camera roll has to have your photo in front of it.
You're not going to believe this. In all the years that we've been here, there is not one picture of Dale or Paula or Dale and Paula in front of the Las Vegas sign.
Can you believe that? We went
True
back.
story.
We went back in this thing and go, we've lived here this long, and
Not one.
Not one. We never took a picture of ourselves.
That is crazy. We need to go rectify that situation. Here's the problem. I don't want to stand in the line.
Yeah, it's too long. So we have some honorable mentions in this one, don't we?
We do. Actually, we want to mention a few things. First of all, we talked about the Sahara being the second oldest remaining resort on the Strip. Number 1 is the Flamingo.
We didn't do the Flamingo because, it's sort of, everybody knows about that.
Yeah, we showed you Wayne at the
Yeah.
Flamingo, but yeah, definitely want to stop in there. And a couple of other things we want to say that we aren't able to provide a lot of video on. One is the Neon Boneyard,
Yeah.
which is fabulous.
Yeah, no video in there.
And the other is the Mob Museum downtown. Talk about history, the history of organized crime in the United States and the guys that went after them.
Again, you're not allowed to film video in there either.
Yeah, but they're both
Yeah.
really superb museums and worth your time in terms of recapturing Old Vegas.
We worked very hard on this. As you can see, we have our retro shirts on
we
right
do.
now. And Paula especially worked hard getting all the research and everything for it. Nice job, Paula. Give me a big fist
Thank you,
bump.
dear.
Now, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button. Anything else you want to tell these nice people, Miss Paul?
I have to show you this. I have to say thank you to our friend Rene for inviting us to that collectible show. Do you guys, or have you ever seen these tear-off things that have the little tabs on the back? It's like circa 1970s. When we went to that collectible show, there was a table that gave us one of the. We didn't win at all. It was like win up to $50, but they're so retro. I love them. Actually, I love that show, and I want to thank Rene for inspiring us to make this topic.
Hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.